Hi guys, and welcome back to my little channel. I thought that I would do something different today. I thought that today I'm going to show you the different kinds of reading journals that I've been going through since I picked up reading again. So buckle up, because there's a lot of different elements in these journals. So let's go. So, this chaos is my reading journals from the first one to what I'm currently using since I got back into reading last year. I used to do bullet journaling, so I'm a bit of a... I like journaling, but my style has changed and developed to something I'm more comfortable with these days than what I used to do. So I thought that I would show you the differences and see what I do now versus what I did then and how I utilize them. So this is the oldest, and these two is what I'm currently using. Hi Nana. See, every YouTube video he has to make an appearance. But let's start with the oldest, shall we? So this is a Lectrum notebook. This is the kind of notebook I used when I did my bullet journaling. It has dotted pages and it makes it easier, but this is the most artistic journal I have. And I'm no artist by any means, but this is the most artistic journal I have. And this journal went through a couple of changes before I decided to use it as a reading journal. And I didn't even end up using the entire notebook because it got too much, but let me show you. So these are like keys for bullet journaling, but yeah. My index, I was very thorough. I did a good job. I'm gonna give myself some credit. My list of arcs, yes, I did tear book pages, but it's pretty, okay, it's pretty. And it was so out of my comfort zone because I usually never did anything like this. And I left a page in case I would need to like create another index. So yeah, but this is like the first little snippet of, okay, this was supposed to be something else, and then it became a reading journal. I was going to use this as my book of shadows, which is why this whole thing is there. But I decided to keep it because it was pretty. And then this one. So this, I started this in November 2021. Oh good lord, yes. So it's been a while. But yeah, I decided that when I started this, I wanted to be creative. I wanted to have a creative outlet. So I decided that my reading journal was going to be it. And if you can't read what's on the pages, don't worry, it's Swedish. So unless you're Swedish, you won't be able to. But you know. But yeah, in here, I just put... Oh, have to get comfortable. But in this one, I just put the title of the book, my star rating, the author, the number of pages, the synopsis, not the entire synopsis, but like part of the synopsis, and the review. And I like this concept. Because it gives me like a brief overview, but it took a lot of time to fill everything out. And I would, like, if it needed a longer review, I would just do that. Yeah. I stole the tab idea from someone else, actually. But yeah, so just a bunch of reviews, and then I did a wrap up by the end of each month. Yeah, you can see. So just to get like an overview, because I love statistics. I'm a sucker for statistics. And then we have this, and I mean it basically went on like that. Just reviews, authors, wrap-ups, pretty pages. Yeah, now we're in 2022. But quotes and, you know, just the good stuff. The good stuff. And yeah, trigger warning. because I am so bad at looking up trigger warnings when I read a book, so I should really be better at that one. But this one is funny. Now this one I'm proud of, because this was really funny, because it's a window there, right? And there's a cat sitting there. But if I if I do like this, ta-da! I think it's hilarious. I think it's so funny. It was so funny to do, but it took a while. But it's pretty, and I'm happy. Gives me a bit of serotonin. But yeah. And I had like pages where I went all in and just wanted the monthly overview to be as pretty as possible. And then I had like times where I just went super minimalistic because I didn't have the energy, it didn't have the effort. 2022 was a rough year, not gonna lie. And then this one, I'm still not sure what I wanted to do with it, but it was an experience. But it is what it is. But yeah, this one was an experiment I wasn't happy with, I wasn't thrilled with, so we're just gonna pretend it's not there. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not really the artistic type, generally. This one was pretty though. This one was pretty. I like this one. Not how I wrote July, because that's July but in Swedish, but the doors. Yes, I'm happy with the doors. And then, gosh, this one, another kind of minimalistic one. This was October. It was really cute, but I stopped using it here because I just got overwhelmed with like having to come up with different things to draw every month and do. It just got too much. But yeah, so from the front, we have the reviews. So we have the back, because yes, I utilized this notebook as much as I could. And from the back, I have my TBR. I put it in a little envelope, in a coffee stained paper, because pretty. And then I just crossed out the books I read. I didn't read all of them, because I shouldn't set TBRs. But that's the envelope. So I just stuck it in here, and when I didn't know what to read, I would just pull it out and get that book, and yeah, read. And then I did my bracket. I'm almost sad that I didn't finish the bracket for that year. I'm not sure which one would have won, actually, but out of Nevernight or Holy Sister would have won. If you haven't read The Book of the Ancestor by Mark Lawrence, you have no idea what you're missing out on, and you need to read it ASAP, because it's so good. And my goal. Hi. Yes, hi. I did do Etsy under a different name back then. My year in books for 2021. I am excited to like see what my statistics are gonna be for this year, because I've been reading. Yes, I've been reading a lot. And then in here was my series tracker, and then I just ended up crossing out series I didn't want to keep reading, but I might revisit it, because some of these things I really like. I really like some of these things, but also it just got too much. It got too overwhelming. It was too much to just keep track of everything with bad mental health. So yes, I know. You have opinions. Moving on to the next one. This was my first reading journal for this year, because after I reached October last year, I stopped doing reading journals whatsoever because it's overwhelming, right? But I had a concept in my head that I wanted to try, so I got this one for this year. And it is technically supposed to be a photo album, but it has black pages. And I wanted to do the whole contrasting black and white pages. You are gay, you are lovable but annoying and in the way. So yes, I had, so these are my current reading goals. This was my current reading goal, 23 for 2023. I have reached it, I have surpassed it, let's leave it at that. But it didn't, I didn't like this system either in the end. But yeah, then it was like, I had decided that all of my 5-star reads of last year I wanted to get this year. I still haven't done that. So this is my list of 5-star reads from last year that I wanted to get my hands off to put in my bookshelf. And this was last year's reading stats. And as you can see, it's already a massive difference. This is already super minimalistic compared to the other one. It was a book sale at my closest bookshop, and I like to be prepared because I get super anxious when it comes to money. So I got their newspaper and I found like, okay, but I want these books. I want these books specifically, which made it a lot easier because then I could go in there because it's the only bookshop in my vicinity. So if I go in there with a plan and I already know what I'm getting, I can avoid all the people because every time they have a sale, there's a lot of people. And I actually got all of these. So they are so pretty. I have 5 out of those ones. I got these 3, and then I had 2 other from earlier, and I got that one. And that one is a collectibles, not a collectible, but it's a collection of Grimm's fairy tales. And it's really pretty. And I like the whole fact that it's a bear on top, or on the cover. It makes it, I like it. But then this is what the actual book review pages looked like in this one. It was still like very simple, but I realized very early on that I was gonna run out of pages in the tempo I was reading. But it was fun. I would have just needed bigger pages, and it's kind of like clanky and clunky to carry around when it's this like this kind of notebook. It just didn't work properly. But yeah. Ooh. It's super pretty and it was nice to experiment with, but it still wasn't for me. I wanted it to be because it's aesthetically pleasing, but it wasn't for me. I enjoy so much watching other people have super aesthetic stuff, but I just can't. It's not me. But yeah, so that was the first reading journal for this year. So let's go through my current system, shall we? So in this one we have my current system, and this one also happens to be like 3 notebooks in one. So I am using all 3 of them actually. So we have 3 different notebooks. We have that one. This one is lined pages. We have the middle one, that's dotted pages, and we have the last one that's just plain, right? So let me show you, let me talk you through it. So the first one, that is the lined pages, I started super, with like, okay, but I read, and then I would just jot down notes about what I had read that day. But then I started, I started rereading the Aquatar series, and the notes just became overwhelming. And not that I didn't enjoy writing the notes, I loved writing the notes and I love reading through the notes because I love this book series. It has become one of my favorite book series. But I wasted a lot of pages and I'm not sure where I can find notebooks like this. So I decided that, okay, you know what, maybe I need to find a different way to like keep track of what I read in a day. Because I think for me, it's super satisfying to see, okay, but how many pages did I read today? And I don't know why, it just is. But these notes went on, up until A Court of Silver Flames. And then I just switched to this, which is a lot neater and saves me a lot of space in notebooks. But then I do the dates of the day that I read, the book I read, and the amount of pages I read. And then I also put like, is it an ebook? Like if it's a book I got for Stuff Your Kindle Day, I would add like 270 ebook pages. Like I read 270 ebook pages that day. And if I finished the book. So here's another one. To Kill a Fae, I read 44 ebook pages. And then it just goes on like that in this book. So the first notebook is just my jotting down of, okay, but I read this many pages today, and if I finished the book that day or not. The middle notebook is where I do my star ratings, and I might be a bit too generous with my 5 stars, but if I like a book, I like a book, okay? And this is more color-coded, and this is my current system, so this is the system that's working right now. This is the system I'm loving right now. So I put the title of the book, the author, the top 3 genres I find on Goodreads, and then the star rating. And I do green for the title of the book and yellow for the star rating because I think it looks pretty and I wanted a dash of color after doing everything in black and white for a while. So it just goes on like that. And yeah. The last one is for when I read on my e-reader, because I don't like annotating on my e-reader. So I decided to use this one for just my favorite quotes of what I'd read that day. And I started doing it by the end of Kingdom of the Wicked. So I just have a bunch of Kingdom of the Wicked quotes right now. But it was such a good book. Such a good book. But yeah, so a little recap. First book is for how many pages I read and if I finished a book or not. Second book is for star ratings and genres. And third book is for quotes when I read my ebooks. So, yeah. But besides this one, I actually have a different thing, because I do miss bullet journaling. But I don't want to commit to like a full-on bullet journal anymore. So I compromised with myself and I created one for my reading stuff instead. And that one looks like this. Hopefully you can see the entire thing. But this is the overview for my September. So I have like the entire month where I just jot down when I start a book, when I finished a book, if I bought a book, you know. My hopefuls for that month, a little like tiny square with the dates, and then I could just, if something happens that day, I cross it off, and then yeah, because pretty. My to-do list for my bookish things, the videos I posted, the videos, random video ideas that pop into my head. Let's see here. Reading journals. It's the video I'm currently filming, so yay, using one of the ideas. And then all the books I read in a month. This has been a really slow reading month so far, but it's okay. It's okay, I don't have to like speed through all the books and all the time. But yeah, and then I just do a September favorite book in the end. And I have already prepared pages for like the rest of the year, I think. Yes. In this one, because it makes it quick, it makes it easy, but it's still fun because there's a lot of color. I can show you what a finished page looks like. Like this. Oh, I didn't write in. So this is August. And I haven't added my favorite book for August, so I have to do that. But this is... And I know that you probably won't be able to tell what it's written in all of the boxes because the colors kind of blend together. But yeah, this is what I do to compromise with myself when I want to do bullet journaling, but I know I don't have the energy for a proper bullet journal, so we do like this instead. But it makes it fun, it's creative, but it's a creativeness that I can stand by and keep up with because it's so simple and it's so quick and easy. But yeah, those are my reading journals for now. It's the system that is currently working and I have them all over the house. I mean, I put away the older ones. This one, you won't be able to find it unless I want you to. Same with this one. This one moves around with me depending on where I am. If I'm reading in the living room, it's in the living room. If I'm reading in my room, it's in my room. This one, the biggest one, the A4 size one, is always in the living room because I just find it easier to keep it there. But yeah, those are my reading journals. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Do you do any reading journaling of any kind? Do you journal of any kind? Let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for spending time with me today. Take care, have fun, and enjoy your reads. Bye!